Welcome back to RGR Football. I appreciate you guys coming back. At this point, when this video goes live, I will be somewhere in the air approaching a southern exposure destination with some nice beaches and whatnot. So thought I would put up not a game plan video this time, but an example of what the Chiefs really need to look at doing in order to help Matt Moore. Yes, Patrick Mahomes practiced some this week. I still don't think that he ends up being the guy that is under center on Sunday Night Football. We're just going to have to wait to find out because I'm recording this a little bit early as well. So I am Ryan Tracy, the founder of Rogue Analytics, and this is RGR Football. If you are new here, click the sub, the notification, leave your comment below, and leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. This is something that I do fairly often, but normally it would be a video shot on Friday, but I happen to be out of town. So this is a really interesting play, and you've seen it before. This is one of the highlights, but there's a lot more going on here than you've been shown on national television, all the replays and all that kind of thing. This is the play where the Broncos are showing you what their plan was. They're playing cover two, man under, with these guys lined up with an interesting look that we'll get to when we flip the screen here. This is Chris Harris lined up on Tyreek Hill, a matchup that Chris Harris was very vocal about looking forward to. And for the most part, I thought he played pretty well. This play, he did get taken advantage of. They are in a three-down lineman, two wide nines, and a linebacker with a nickel look behind. And what you're going to see is not only is this matchup here, you have Kelsey that's going to be singled, and you're going to have a guy that's going to take Demarcus Robinson off of a bit more cushion. But if you're just going to watch what happens with the skill players, I want to point that out. You can follow any of these guys that you like. Kelsey's going to break this particular jam pretty well, and actually I think was in decent position to receive the ball had it been Patrick Mahomes with his arm. But this was really only going to go one place with Matt Moore and the way that he throws. But it's an interesting thing to watch how he breaks this. If you're into line play, from this angle it's a little bit tough to see, but watch how the entire line, all five of these guys, shift to the upper half of the screen. They all go north as we're looking at it right now. And the key block coming here from Mr. Bell. As we roll this forward, I want you guys to take a look at it. They align, again, not looking to press, but Chris in particular is looking to give ground. And this is something he talked about after the play, after the game, that he had never seen somebody run this. So you can see that he allowed Tyreek to get off clean. He allowed him to gain a little distance, figuring that he's going to settle down somewhere in the middle, and Chris is going to have a chance to come up and really catch up to him. I don't think he was prepared for this, or I think he would have played it a little bit tighter. But here you can see that Kelsey's already beaten this press. He's shiving his one forearm, and he's going to get loose down here. And Demarcus Robinson is eating up this cushion. He's actually going to make a pretty good play on the ball, too. And if it had been Pat Mahomes, I think they would have had a chance. The line has shifted, and now Bell has come down. Shady's in here in an emergency kind of place for pass protection, and that's something that they're going to have to do. We'll talk about that more in a minute. As the play rolls forward, a lot of attention on Von Miller up here with Shady and Schwartz, and you see that Tyreek has already gained the separation. Now, this guy was in the middle of kind of nowhere and really had an opportunity to do something, but as Tyreek turns it up, it just makes the play too easy. Right now, this is a beautiful pocket for Matt Moore. He's got a little bit of pressure here, but two guys to deal with it, and we see as it rolls forward, Schwartz just gives him a shove. Moore steps up just a little bit and is able to deliver the ball to what is a wide open Tyreek Hill with a lot of gusto in front of him, because I don't think Chris Harris was going to trail him that hard on this particular play. And as the ball is delivered, Tyreek makes a nice play on it, and the rest is history. We saw this live. Everyone cheered about it, and it's been in every highlight reel for the last week. But the way that this happened is really key and really interesting. We're going to pause it here and take a look again from the end zone view. And you can see that this is what the Broncos did most of the day in giving a two safety high look, a cover two with man coverage underneath. Here's the Kelsey matchup. And out here off of the screen to the right is going to be where Hill and Chris Harris are. Interesting thing that Vic Fangio does here, and this is why he's a great coach. He kind of throws a half-hearted 46 look at you, because this is an old bear front, or at least part of it, with the guard, center guard all covered. And that enables you to get pressure immediately through these gaps. And by pushing, even if you can't get into the gaps, by pushing the lineman back into the lap of the quarterback. And that's something that the Bears did very good back in the day. They also have both Miller over here and Reed out here in wide nines, which gives you the penetration out around the end. So can get a little bit on the backside of a pocket to try and flush the quarterback hounds to the hunters back up into these three guys. Single linebacker, and then the DBs are going to be covering their respective assignments. As this rolls forward, again, like we saw in the other view, watch how all the linemen shift down. This is a built and dedicated protection for this particular play. And unfortunately, Blake Bell's going to give it away a little bit here. You can see that he's already checking out where Reed's at, just making sure that he's not super down and ready to go. If he's trying to anticipate the snap count, Bell's going to have to make an adjustment about how quickly he gets over there. But this is a position that I think Blake Bell does pretty well in. He's good on the move. He's good in space. This is actually a role that I want to see Anthony Sherman line up right here, because you can do more with Sherman there. He can do this same block that we're about to watch. He can also run routes out of this position. He can also be a lead blocker out of this position. If you were to pitch to Shady right here, there's a lot of open space off to the left of this screen that I think Sherman on the outside would be really interesting to try and counteract. But that's a story for another day. As we roll forward here, we're going to see that at the hike, everybody shifts down. Everybody's stepping to their right, to our left as we look at this. And you can see that the angles are all set. And that's because it's a deliberate protection into shift down, and Bell is coming across the formation. As Moore dives back to commit the fake here, Bell is coming across and doesn't have to necessarily knock the snot out of Reed, but he does have to slow him down and actually get in kind of a pass block position, and that will be enough to get the job done. And as we roll forward, that's exactly what he does. Not a big impact, not anything to write home about, but at this point, you can see what it's done is singled up. Wolf's not going anywhere over here with LDT. Rankin and Cam Irving are doing their thing. Is in a very good position to seal this side. Yes, there's a bit of an overload in terms of personnel here, but it's nearly too late. The only concern here is Von Miller, and Shady gets a shoulder on him on one side. I think he could have made a better block there too, but there is rules about two players engaging a single pass rusher at a time, so you got to be careful with that. And as it comes through, Von flushes him just a little bit. Irving's coming off, and he's going to be in position here, and he does make that adjustment. Again, an athletic adjustment on Cam Irving's part, like we saw the other day. And right now, the ball's ready to come out. Schwartz has pushed Von Miller past him, and he's ready to deliver the ball. And this is what has to happen in order for Matt Moore to be effective. This kind of protection is unique, it's difficult, and it's well executed here. It's enough to get him the ability to throw the ball, and that's exactly what the Chiefs are looking for. Now, I hope that they can do this more. We're going to see what they do against the Packers. I should be able to see it from some beach location. I certainly hope so. And I'll have a little bit something that I've pre-recorded for you next week, and I will try to do some live shows with reaction to this Packers game. Let me know what you think of this one. Leave your comment below, and if you're new around here, hit the sub, the notification, and that thumbs up if you like this video. I appreciate you guys taking the time to check these out. Thanks for everything that you do for me. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching today. There's going to be 2 other videos that pop up here. Check those out as well, and I will check you next time.